Hello, Internet, and welcome to Scoreboard, the morning report. It's Friday, March 31st, last day of March, and things are shaping up in the hockey world. So let's get right to it. Transactions in the NHL last night. Ducks assigned goaltender Kelly Kalang to San Diego. The Blue Jackets recalled defenseman Marcus Bjork. San Jose recalled forward Thomas Bordeleau. And Vancouver Canucks recalled defenseman Jack Rathbone. So it looks like some players are in demand in those places. Speaking of the NHL, last night, Boston 2-1 over Columbus in overtime. Florida 5 at Montreal 2. No favors there for the other teams going for that last wild card spot. Pittsburgh 2, Nashville 0. They're refusing to lose as well. How can you pick up on those guys? Jersey Devils 2-1 winners over the Rangers. They went on TV last night. Went to overtime. Ottawa 5, Philadelphia 4. Can't believe the shots on goal in that game. The differential must have been about 30 plus shots differential. Ottawa just bombarded them, but Philadelphia got some breaks. But the Sens came through in OT. Tampa 5 at Washington 1, closing the gap on the Leafs. St. Louis 5, Chicago 3, Edmonton 2 at Los Angeles 0, Seattle Kraken 4 over Anaheim 1, and San Jose beat Vegas 4-3 in overtime. And tonight's game, looks like the end of this might have got cut off. Rangers are at Buffalo. I believe Detroit has a game tonight as well. Let's take a look at those NHL standings in the Atlantic Division. Toronto, 98 points. Tampa Bay, 94. But over there, I think I've highlighted the fact that Tampa Bay's played 2 more games. So things are not looking all that bad for the Leafs. 8 games to go, 4-point lead. But look at down there where I bracketed in red. Florida, Ottawa, Buffalo, and Detroit all vying for that final wild card spot. Florida with 83. Nice to see Ottawa up there, 79. Buffalo 77, and Detroit 75. Buffalo's got 2 games in hand. On the Ottawa Senators. Hot 15 in the NHL. Who's been hot as of late? Well, no surprise at the top, right? Draisaitl and McDavid, they just day in, day out, they do their job. Matthew Tkachuk for Florida, he came over from Calgary. Look at that, 10 goals in his last 10 games when Florida needs them. Got a couple of Leafs there in the middle, Marner and Matthews, both with 16 points in the last 10 games. Here's one for you. Clayton Keller for Arizona, 10 goals in the last 10 games. And nice to see a defenseman, Cale Makar from Colorado. 3 goals, 13 assists, 16 points in his last 10 games. And the leader in goals in the last 10 games, Matthew Boldy for Minnesota. 11 goals in the last 10 games. Okay, over at the Q, playoff action begins tonight. Cape Breton's at Halifax Friday and Saturday. Back at home in the OHL, playoff action started last night. Look at this. That powerhouse Ottawa 67s, 7-0 winners over Oshawa. A game that interested to us here in Brockville with Gavin White playing his overage year with Peterborough. 4-2 winners over Sudbury. And Sudbury's back in Peterborough tomorrow night. BC schedule will remind you again, their playoff action starts tonight for Salmon Arm Silverbacks hosting Prince George. What can we do? We can take a look at our very own CCHL. One game last night, Renfrew 2 at Hawkesbury 1. The other, the series resumes. Other series resume on Friday. Big game, Brockville at Navan tonight, 7:30. Catch that on Hockey TV. Carleton Places at Smith Falls and Renfrew at Hawkesbury. All three of those series are potentially able to wrap up tonight. Saturday afternoon in Cornwall, Ottawa Junior Senators are there. Cornwall's fighting to tie up that series. I guess I don't want to look at the standings for these guys. We want to take a look at something like this. Bogart Cup standings now look like this. Ottawa with a 2-1 lead. Braves still leading the Grads 3-1. Bears stranglehold 3-1 over Carleton Place. And Renfrew Wolves in the same boat, 3-1 leaders over Hawkesbury. Looking at the individual series, there's all the individual game scores for all four series. As we said, potential for three of them to wrap up tonight, where Ottawa and Cornwall, their series is lagging a little. They've only played 3 games, and they don't play till tomorrow afternoon. I think I had one more graphic maybe to put up. Yes, I did. Taking a look at that Brockville and Navan series, Series B. Looking at the leading scorers on both teams, Colin Elliott, the big train, leading the Braves with 5 points. Tied with him is Nick Foster, Fearless Foster, as I like to call him, Nate Burrell. 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. And Trent Ledoux, another defenseman, Cale McCarr kind of guy, getting lots of points this year. Trent Ledoux with 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points. And Captain Culhane rounding out the leading scorers with 2 goals and 2 assists. On the other side, Owen Parsons is at the top of the list for the Grads, followed by D'Addario, then Nick Paoni, Gabriel Crate. Been pretty quiet in this series. He's picked up 2 assists, and Blake Butler has 1 goal and 1 assist. So that's it for this morning's report, the last one in March. This is the last one of week 9 in this series of shows. So we shall be back tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching.